What is going on, fellow alchemists? Welcome to Astrology. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today we're doing the moon in the 9th house, so I shan't delay and just get stuck into this one. It's the moon in the 9th house and the moon, more importantly, in the sign of Sagittarius as well. So let's get stuck in. So the moon sitting in the 9th house and the moon sitting in Sagittarius, what happens when the moon treks into this area of the natal birth chart? What do we see being the exhibited expression of the moon's energy and influence in this part of the chart? Well, firstly, I just want to touch on the fact that when I do address a lot of the placements, I always like to really address the esoteric aspects of those placements. So the moon in esoteric astrology, in this case, refers to the aspect of the lunar influence in providing access into the higher, more ethereal spiritual realms of our existence. What I mean by that is that in mundane astrology, when we talk about the moon, we always attribute the moon to ruling over our emotions and reactions. Because whatever we react to, the emotions tend to generate from that reaction. So anything that we either perceive or anything that we've experienced, we have the emotions and the reactions that come with that. And that is in the mundane aspect or the mundane rulership of the moon. But in the esoteric aspects, we see the moon being the conduit, because the moon in particular rules over the sexual practice in regards to the merging of the two masculine and feminine principles. What we see is that we see the moon being the aspect in which we find our exaltation and our point in which we can access into the higher, more ethereal realms around us. This is what the moon opens up. It opens up those lunar channels for us to access that ethereal dimension just beyond our reasonable aspect of conscious interaction, the things that we can consciously interact with in this physical realm, and usually can be the point in which the moon acts as that gateway, as that kind of doorway that splits open the fabric of reality and allows for us to merge, for the soul to merge with the great beyond. So that is the esoteric basic esoteric explanation for the moon in the chart and what it actually does on the esoteric level. Now, when we talk about Sagittarius in the 9th house, remember Sagittarius in traditional astrology is ruled over by Jupiter, and it's also one of the signs that are also ruled over by the Earth in esoteric astrology as well. And what we see is in esoteric astrology, we refer to the rays, and the rays are what we would commonly refer to as the 7 rays or the 7 principles of our cosmos. Now, these 7 rays are vitally important in understanding the very metaphysical expression of the energies in which a sign exhibits into our physical reality. So in this case, the 7th rays, the rays that match the rays of Sagittarius, are the 4th rays of harmony through conflict, and the 6th ray, which has to do with devotion. The 6th ray is ruled over by Mars, and this is why Mars can find exaltation in the sign of Sagittarius. And when we have the moon sitting in this placement, remember the 9th house and Sagittarius represent our higher learnings, our philosophies, our expansion of our reality, our higher education on the mundane level, and everything that allows us to find a conduit into ceremonial ritualistic devotion. So you can see where the moon actually might play a very important role here is allowing for us to access that ceremonial aspect of the moon, because the moon does rule over the ceremonial ritualistic aspects of devotion as well. And that might provide the conduit for us to work with the higher echelons of the expression of Sagittarius in this case, and work with the 9th house energies as well, and really find our way into gravitating and merging the emotional and very deeply psychic and mediumship aspects of the moon with the religious and more expansive ideas of philosophy, and truly becoming encompassed in that nature, in that influence, and finally breaking free from the physical reality that holds us back and not allowing us to proceed and evolve towards our spiritual emancipation or moksha. So the moon in Sagittarius and the moon in the 9th house can be a very, very easy and very, very nice placement to deal with if you're about your religious and spiritual practices, if you're about practicing yogas and going through and finding dharma and dealing with all of those aspects that allow you to finally reach the aspect of internal and metaphysical evolution, allowing you to proceed beyond our physical reality and finally breaking free, and perhaps, as many might say in the common stream of commercial media, becoming woke. So, fellow alchemists, I hope that really helped you, and thank you for clicking on this video. Again, if you enjoyed this video, drop down a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one as well when I do the moon in the 10th house and the moon in conjunction to the midheaven. So Until then, take very good care of yourself. Goodbye.